Women keep women single. Single women cannot stand when any of their friends get into a relationship because they need their friends to support their bad behavior. This is even worse when a woman is married. A married woman's single friend will do everything and anything in their power to get the friend to leave her marriage. Anything the married woman shared with her single friends, the single friends will find a way to get her to view it in a negative way. Anything the man does will be criticized and scrutinized. It is the goal of single women to get her friend to leave so that the women can be single again. Women sabotage each other's relationships.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is a new day. We thank the good Lord it's a new day. Thank God it is a new day. So good to see you again. Do women keep other women single? Women keeping women single. We've heard that being floated around a lot. Are women holding each other back when it comes to love? Do they want their friends to fail in love as opposed to falling in love? To fall in love. Now, if you took out the letter L from fall and you replaced it with I, you get the word fail. And you can see where the problem is. I. When you replace the letter L for love with I, it causes the fall in love to be a fail in love. That's the focus of the topic today. Is it true that women are keeping women single? And might I just even float that to the other side? Do men keep other men single? That sounds a little strange because we don't really hear that, but I think that could be happening as well. But the focus today is really about women. Are women keeping women single? And what is the reason why? As always, we're going to go through a series of videos. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's go to this next video and maybe help shed some light as to what's going on. Please put your comments in the comment section below. Take a look at this.
Women marry potential and men marry women so that they will stay the same. They want that woman to not change. Like, don't change. You be who you are when I marry you and stay that way. And they say that women, we typically will marry potential. So we're not marrying the man that's in front of us. We're marrying the man that we think you can be. So what happens is most women in the beginning of a relationship, we're showing you through our actions how we want to be loved. We're not doing those things for you simply just for you. We're doing it because we're trying to give you a template of this how you want to be treated. And maybe you can look at it that way too. Maybe it is a little bit of training and manipulation in there, you know? But I think that that's what the problem is that we have not learned to love the present moment. We're always either reflecting on the past or we're looking so far into the future that we never stop in the present moment and say, do I accept you for who you are right now?
Wow. She says women marry potential and men marry hoping you don't change. Well, have you heard this before? And I know some of you have, but they say men will marry a woman hoping she wouldn't change. But a woman will marry a man hoping he will change. Is that what she means by potential? Well, first of all, I don't totally agree with this because we know what's going on in today's world, at least for what we hear, what we see around. This whole thing about potential, I think it takes a mature woman to see beyond the present and to be willing to be with a man based on potential. That's not common in today's world. That's not what we are hearing. That's not what we're seeing. Hence, we have this statement. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table is what we hear. We don't hear about potential. And might I even just add, some would even tell you, I am the table. To me, that debunks this whole idea of potential. Now, I'm not saying everybody operates that way, but I think because of the fact that we're not talking to the right people. Women are talking amongst themselves. Men are talking amongst themselves. We need to be interacting to know what we really want, how a man thinks for a woman and how a woman thinks for a man to really better understand ourselves. When we just gather together and just have all this gender specific meetings and we talk amongst ourselves about what we think we should be looking for, what we want, we're not getting the best deal. To better understand a woman, you have to speak to seasoned women about what you should be looking for based on what you are supposedly attracted to, because you have to factor everything in. If you think she's right, if that's how you think, please put in the comment section below. Let us know, because a lot of what we hear today is women going after men that has it all figured out together. And what ends up happening is those types of men, most of the time, are not willing to settle down. The high-powered men, they're not willing to settle down with you because they feel like they've got choices. So it's not about the potential. They're not really looking for potential. And this is what's going on amongst the women. They talk amongst themselves, give each other the wrong information, and it's not helping here. So are women keeping women single? Are men keeping men single? In summary, we have to go out of our comfort zone, outside of the box of just our gender-specific meetings to better understand each other. Let's listen to this next video.
You saying what time are you getting home? What time are you getting home, baby? If it was familiar to her, it was because her father asked that. It's familiar to me because I had a real father who protected, who provided. For women who have fathers who are really in their life who say, baby, that's too much.
Yeah.
Or he says, you know, what time you getting home?
Yeah.
Or that's too late. Or my dad would even tell me, baby, listen, you get more bees with honey when it comes to a man. He said, daddy don't mind you being strong. But when I see you in your relationships, you wear the pants, baby. It's okay if that's what you want. But if you ever want to switch it up and get a different kind of man, you got to let them overalls go a little bit. But see, that's a real father who's telling me right for wrong. So my point of telling you is when a man comes in and says, why didn't you pick up your phone? To fatherless girls, that's controlling.
Damn.
To a woman who had a father who loved her, who served me, who doted on me, to me, you're a husband. Now, if you let me go out to 10, 12, 11 o'clock at night and you don't show any concern, guess what? I'd ask you not to call me no more.
Oh my God.
Because how come you weren't concerned about your woman that you have an intent of wanting to marry or an intention of being a family man or a husband? So I'm just showing you men out there, when you get women who are not used to what protection looks like, you don't need to down her or you don't need to disempower her, but you need to check with yourself and say, wait a minute, I want a woman who is open and receptive to a man protecting.
What do you add to that? In that little short video, so many angles you could go. If you don't have a good, accurate blueprint of what a man should look like, you're not going to understand what you're looking for. You're not going to understand the right men to be looking for. And that's why we have the issues we're having today. In her case, she had a father who basically showed her how a man should treat her. Be protective. Be concerned about her. Show her love. Show her that you care. If you don't have that, how do you know what you're looking for in a man? And especially if you're in a circle of other women who never had that, how would you know what you're looking for? I did a video a few weeks ago, husbands and wives to be. Who are you talking to? And in the video, this gentleman talked about if you wanted to be a good football player, you go talk to a football coach. If you want to be a good chef, you go talk to a chef. If you want to know how to pilot a plane, you go talk to a pilot. And he asked one question. So why is it the women, when you want to learn about being wives, you're learning from women who are not wives, who are single mothers, who are not wives? How do you learn to be a wife from someone who is not a wife? Which in the same way goes for a man, as I said in the video. How do you learn to be a husband from a man who's never been a husband? Who are we talking to? I think that plays a really big part in ensuring that we get this thing right. So, are women keeping women single because they're giving the wrong advice. I believe so. From what I see, from what I hear, and I have a lot of interaction with people, men and women, and this is the same sentiments. This is the same discussion. People are not being advised by people who should be advising them. We should be very careful who we listen to. Always remember, not everyone is qualified to speak into our lives. Take a look at this too.
Don't get angry at your woman if she gets emotional. Ask yourself, why is this happening? And then level with her. A lot of people see crying and emotions and different conversations as dumb. In reality, without that, the world would be a pretty dull place. There'd be no happy, there'd be no sad, there'd be no in between. A lot of men see women being emotional as a bad thing, when in reality, it's a good thing. We want to find a woman to make our house a home. That's only going to happen through feminine energy and emotion. Because if it was up to a man, we'd all be living in a garage, beside our car, on a bed, on the floor.
Well, I don't think I have anything else to say on that. Are women keeping other women single? Married women, I'll just say be careful, watch your circle. Married men, be careful, watch your circle. In today's world, no one can be trusted. You got to watch, you got to be careful, you got to have your boundaries in place, and you got to be open. You have to be vulnerable to one another. That's your safe haven. That's your safe place. And do not let anybody who's not within your marriage influence you. Because you always have to remember, at the end of the day, is you and your spouse. Please put your comments in the comment section below. Let us know what you think about this. I'd like to know all the videos and what your thoughts are. And if you think we're missing on anything, please drop in the comment section below. That's the whole point of this. We're trying to learn from each other, and we're trying to grow and be better at this thing called relationships. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know how we like to close it out. We just like to remind ourselves that we always remember we got one life with many seasons. So let's make the best of it. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. You take care now. Bye for now.